Hello everyone, it's Rachel here and you're watching Oak and Lamb. Today's video is going to be all about cleaning your Cricut machines. This is something that every Cricut owner needs to know, whether you are a beginner or a seasoned Cricuter. This is one thing that Cricut itself does not tell you. Like a lot of different things about calibration and maintaining your machine, cleaning it is something that you don't really hear about all that often, but it's something that is very necessary, especially if you have a Cricut Maker 3 or a Cricut Explorer 3 with these sensors. You want to make sure you're cleaning your machine so it can work its best. I did mention calibration. If you guys are new to Cricut and you don't know what calibration is either, check out the video up above here. I'll also have it linked in the description below. You will love learning about calibration and how to have perfect print and cut projects, because it really does make all the difference. And just like cleaning your machines, if you didn't know the signs or the warning signs to look out for when needing to calibrate your machine, you wouldn't know how to do that. You wouldn't even know what it means. So definitely go check that out. And then today's video, of course, is a little run through. There can be a lot more of a thorough in-depth video on this, which we might have in our Amazing Oak and Lamb membership coming up very soon. But this is a very general overview because, of course, no one has the same machine. There are lots of different machines on the market. You can use this no matter what Cricut that you have. Also, your Cricut might be a lot more dirty than mine here today, or it might be a lot cleaner than mine. It totally depends. So today we're using a Cricut Maker 3. We have it completely unplugged, so it is turned off, and we're gonna run through how to clean this machine. Now you can probably guess, but there are a couple of do's and don'ts when cleaning the machine. Don't use anything commercial grade, anything with a ton of harsh chemicals in it. You want to be kind to your machine, so you want to use as much water as you can and be pretty gentle with it. A lot of people don't know that you can clean your machines, and you totally can. Sometimes it's as easy as getting some canned air, spraying it a little bit, and then you're good to go. Other times you might want to do a bit more of a deep clean. If you had a saw next to your Cricut, for whatever reason we do here at Oak and Lamb, and you were using something that had sawdust everywhere, or let's say you accidentally got some spray paint on it or something like that from a project you were using in the vicinity of where your Cricut was, you could get paint on it or something like that. So in instances like that, you will want to do a bit of a deeper clean than what I'm going to be sharing with you today, and I will give you some tips and tricks on how to do that as well. Something you want to avoid cleaning or getting cleaner on or around are the rollers. There are some rollers here on your Cricut, and they are given to you with some oil on them from the manufacturer. You don't want to be messing it up, really kind of wiping those down. You want to avoid those rollers as best that you can. We want to leave those intact and not clean those, because we don't want to mess up any of the oil that Cricut has already put on there. So that's one thing to avoid. You can clean around them. If you get a little bit of cleaner on it, or you accidentally wipe a little bit of a section of it, don't panic, it's okay. These things go through the ringer in years and years of crafting for you. So a little bit of cleaner is not gonna hurt it. I just want you guys to be intentional and to know about those rollers and to not really go in there and like polish them up. So that's one thing I wanted to let you guys know. Okay, now let's talk about supplies you'll need to clean your machine. So the first one I do not have with me, but it is canned air. You want some canned air in your studio or in your craft space. It is good for so many different things, especially when you're working with anything electronic and things like that. It is a lifesaver. We always recommend having some canned air. I think we just used the last of it here in the studio. So again, I apologize, I don't have any today, but you need to get you guys some canned air. The next thing is some baby wipes. We have some baby wipes here. They can be really any kind. They can be sensitive, they can be aloe. It really doesn't matter. It's better if it has less ingredients in it. So water wipes are perfect. But if you have any wipes in your bathroom or any baby wipes, you know, for your grandkids or your nieces or your nephews or anything like that, really any baby wipes will do. These are a great staple to have in your craft room as well. We always have these around for things like cleaning up paint and all that good stuff. So have some baby wipes handy. They are really, really good to keep, and they're really good to be able to clean your Cricut machine. Next, we have some microfiber towels. These are also exceptional. So we have some, I think we have 4 here. And these are great. You can wash these, you can reuse these, whatever. So we have a bunch of these. Those are going to be handy. And we use these right along with alcohol as well. This is rubbing alcohol. We have it in this nifty pump bottle here. We got this pump bottle from Amazon. I will link all of this down below as well if you guys would like to use it. So we have some rubbing alcohol, our towels here, and we have a bunch of brushes and stuff. So this was a kit off of Amazon. It came with all of these brushes and these microfiber cloths. I do really recommend this because it was extremely inexpensive and there's a lot of pieces in here. So I'll kind of go through them. This right here, it's actually really funny. This is for a keyboard. This is a little keyboard picker. This will take your keys off of your keyboard so you can clean around them. So that's kind of really funny and a bit useless for us today. So set that to the side, but definitely keep it if you want to ever clean your keyboard. That's a little key popper. So that's really neat. Okay, so this has so many different brushes, as you can tell. All these are brushes. Like, look how neat this is. All kinds of different sizes, different shapes. This one right here has a little baby brush that flips out of the bottom of it. Like, how cool is that? This one has a little scooper attached, so if there's anything, I don't know, huge, if you get anything like the side of your Cricut, you can actually scoop it out, and that's a little scooper in there. I just think it's so cute. This has a spatula in it, and I actually really like to wrap paper towels around this and get into these areas of my Cricut. This one down here is really deep. You can't kind of get your hand in there. So you can wrap a paper towel in it, really get down here in the grooves and clean that out. So all of these are really good for a lot of different purposes. Of course, it isn't intended, like I mentioned, for a keyboard and for mostly electronics. It also comes with these really nice high quality tweezers. So it has some of these angled tweezers, and then it has some straight tweezers here. And these are metal. These are good quality. And again, all of this came in a pack with these microfiber cloths, 4 of them, from Amazon. I will link it below. Go ahead and grab this. Also, guys, last thing, I have some paper towels. Paper towels are going to be good, but we're mainly going to be polishing and finishing off with these microfiber towels because these kind of leave a little bit of lint. But this is good if there's any bigger messes on your Cricut. So that is all that we are going to use. I'll have most of this set to the side, and we'll go ahead and get the Cricut in frame here and go through all the steps to clean it. Okay, our Cricut is unplugged. It is off. It's not in use. There's no power to it or anything like that. The first thing you're going to want to do is clear out all of the crevices. So if you guys have anything in here, take it out. If you have anything in here, take it out. We want to have a clean slate to work with. So that is what we're going to do. The next thing that you're going to want to do is take your canned air and blow this Cricut out. You want to get out all of the bigger pieces of dirt, debris, anything like that. You can blow from the front, open this up, blow in here, flip it on its back, blow up the back here. You can see down here, there's a little slit that your mat will push through, of course, and that can accumulate a lot of larger pieces of dirt or debris. So make sure you're blowing this out a lot of different directions. Also, if you wanted to take it outside and do it, if you think that your Cricut is really dirty, you can do that, blow it out there, but this shouldn't really be a problem. So go ahead and get all of that debris out of there, blow some canned air in here. It's really foolproof using the canned air. It's super, super easy. At this stage, we're going to continue to remove the larger debris that we see and kind of dust, if you will. So we're not going to be dusting with a cloth just yet because that's kind of going to be in the finishing polishing stage of this. So what we're going to do is take some brushes. You can take whatever brushes that you can and kind of go in these little areas, like up here, this dock here, go in these areas and kind of brush it out in these little nooks and crannies. Brush it out between these buttons here. You can get those bristles in there and really brush it out. Also, go ahead and remove your blade. So right now our fine point blade is in, so we're going to remove our fine point blade and set that to the side. Take a brush or something, kind of brush in here, get all that debris out. Well, you can even open up clamp A, press up. So my thumb is going down here with the clamp open, press up, and you can remove your insert here for your pins, your little pin insert here. You can remove that, and you can get this brush. This is a nice handy brush here, and go in there, and it dusts in there just perfect. So dust in there, make sure you're getting all of that stuff out. I'm just seeing everything lifting away here. It's really, really fun to see. Now I want to get back here in the back of my Cricut. So I'm going to take this longer brush here and sweep up the back of my Cricut. I can see a lot of debris here. Just kind of sweep it out, just like this. Again, get in all these little areas. I can get underneath here, under my clamp. I'm going to shut my clamp here. get under my clamp. I'm going to get this brush again. I really like this brush. Sweep underneath. And you can move this actually. So if you didn't know, you can take this and you can move it. Be easy with it. So I'm going to get down here. Woo, guys, our Cricut was dirty. And you're cleaning sensors and all kinds of things. So make sure you're always being gentle and you're not ever being rough with your Cricut. Okay, so we're going to open this up now. Open this up right here. Do the same thing. I'm going to take this brush, kind of brush it out. And this is what we're doing to loosen up any of the other debris. Now, why didn't we do this from the get-go? Well, we didn't do this from the get-go before we blew it out, because blowing it out is going to make your life easier by getting out all of the large clumps and things. We don't want to have to fool with that in this stage. So we're going to use canned air again after this to really get it all blown out. So go in there, all these little crevices. Again, you can go underneath your rollers here. Make sure you're going at the sensor right here, blowing that sensor out, making sure it's nice and clean. I'm going to go in here. You can go in between the sensors, or in between the rollers, excuse me, and get back here. Kind of blow that out with your canned air. Now, there's a lot of different places that you can clean with these Cricuts, as you well know. So in here is a good one that a lot of people kind of neglect, is in here kind of agitating all that debris. And now is when you'll go back in with your canned air. After you get all of this cleaned out that you can, go ahead and go in there with your canned air, blow it all out. Now our Cricut is blown out and pretty much dust free. It's looking awesome. So we're gonna grab us a baby wipe and start wiping our machine down really, really gently. So we're gonna take our machine, and this is mostly for the outside of your machine. You don't really wanna do this too much inside in here where the white is. So most of this is blue and then inside is white. You wanna kind of steer clear of that except for your housing. So now we can give a little TLC to our housing. We use our housing, we're touching this all the time. We're going to go in there and make sure we're really kind of wiping this down good, just like that. And if there's any areas on your Cricut that you do touch a lot that are getting a little bit gunky, go in there with a paper towel. Go in there and use some rubbing alcohol here, just like I have, and kind of polish it out, just like that. That way it'll be white and good as new. Look at that. It looks so much better. I'll do the same thing with that clamp. I'll open this up and clean this. So, and that's also what you can do if you have any tough areas. Like right here, there's some little scuffs. Go in there carefully with rubbing alcohol and you can mostly get those scuffs out, which is great because we don't want a scuffed up machine, especially if you take yours on vacation or if you take yours camping or anything like that. So just know that you can accumulate a lot of dust and scuffs and paint and things like that if you do travel with your machine. And then rubbing alcohol is a great way to get that out. So we're just taking this and wiping down the majority of our machine here. We will shut our machine, wipe the top, wipe the back, sides, just kind of getting all that yucky off of here. And then we're going to go in here and polish it with a microfiber cloth. But again, check it for scrapes, check it for scuffs and things like that. You'll be able to see them. So this is looking great. We're going to go ahead and start from the outside, work our way in with a microfiber cloth and smooth this out. Now this is also when you want to make sure all of your little places where you can hold things. So our little containers here for our pins and tools and things are good and clean. So what I was talking about with the paper towel is if you get a paper towel and this one right here, this tool right here, which has like a spatula on the end, I like to take this and wrap a paper towel in it, and it fits perfectly in this area back here. So I stick it down in here, and this is what I can use to kind of twirl it around, wipe up the sides, and it's going to get this nice and clean for me, just like that. Perfect. So then, of course, this one you can reach. You can wipe that out as well, make sure it's nice and clean. And continue with your microfiber cloth on the back, on the sides, all that good stuff. Get the front. This thing is looking good and shiny. Now, we're going to open it back up just like that. Flip it back around and start polishing the inside. So you're going to get in here, polish right there, polish your clamps. You can even stick your hand back there, polish back here. Again, be careful of the rollers, careful of the rollers. Polish. Now, you want to be mindful here of your sensor, but you want to make sure you are getting it nice and clean. So if you want to get in here and wipe that sensor off, you can do that. And if you see any little pieces of debris, that'd be great to get one of these really thin brushes, kind of push the bristles in. Again, this kit comes with so many brushes, you'll be able to find a use for all of them. Perfect. Now we'll go ahead, our little area here where all of our stuff can go. You can either take a wet wipe and clean that out since we haven't cleaned it with a wet wipe. And then after you clean it with a wet wipe, go in, kind of polish it off with one of these here, one of these microfiber towels. Just like that. And if you didn't know, this little area right here is actually for replacement blades. How cool is that? It's a little magnet to hold those replacement blades for you. So make sure you're getting the top of that. And our Cricut is looking great. Now, if your Cricut, like I mentioned, is scuffed, you can go in there and use alcohol if you scuff it. Or if there's paint on it, you can go in there with rubbing alcohol. Never use anything abrasive like a really hardcore sponge. You don't want to use anything like that that's going to scratch your machine. So just be careful with what you use to apply your products. Of course, no super harsh chemicals or anything like that. Now when it comes to blades and housings, if you want to take this, we have a wipe here. I'm going to clean this off with a wipe. Open that clamp A back up. You're just going to pop this in from the front and you should hear a click, just like that. You'll know that's good to go, so you can shut that clamp. And our fine point blade, if you want to wipe off the housing, you can absolutely wipe off the housing. If you want to take that fine point blade out and make sure that there's no debris on the blade or anything, feel free to do that. And now is also a really great time to get a little ball of tin foil if you have one in the kitchen and roll it up really tight. Push this little button here on the fine point blade and push it into that ball of tin foil a few times. Now that is a myth that it actually sharpens your blade. It does not sharpen your blade. However, it does do a great job at cleaning your blade. So by cleaning your blade, you're also getting it ready to go again for the whole machine to properly be used for the next project and just to be perfect. Now, placing this back in, of course, you guys know, you just open up your clamp, you lay your blade in there, make sure your housing is all the way down in your blade, and then go ahead and close that clamp and you're good to go. Now, it's been polished, it's been cleaned. Of course, do these steps so many different times. You can do these over and over again if you want to, if you're not seeing the results that you want. But yeah, make sure to take your microfiber cloth and make sure to really get this polished good. One thing about the baby wipes is it can leave, not like a film or a residue, but like lines. It can leave wipe lines, you know, where you've wiped it. So if you go through there with the microfiber cloth, it'll take those lines off and really shine your Cricut up to really be looking its best. And Becca was just talking the other day about this machine needing to be cleaned, and I said, it just so happens I'm about to film a video on that. So I thought I would go ahead and hop on here and film that so that you guys could see how we clean our Cricuts when it's time to clean them. I hope you guys learned a lot about how to clean your machine. We get a lot of questions all the time on how often should you clean your machine. It's really up to you. However, you can do it on a schedule, once a month, twice a month type of thing, or you can just wait till you see it getting a little bit dirty. We like to answer the question. It's just like your car to get an oil change or to balance your tires. It kind of depends on how often you use it or how dirty it really does get. It also has to do with machines and materials that you use in your machine. So if you're using a lot of Cricut chipboard, you will have a lot more dust and dirt to be able to clean off than if you're just using it to cut vinyl. So it really does depend, but now you do know how to clean your machine. When in doubt, use water if you're really nervous about using chemicals or cleaners on your machine. However, you can use things like baby wipes, like the rubbing alcohol sparingly, of course, with that alcohol, but it does a great job at cleaning your machine. When in doubt, look it up, make sure you can use it on it, or use it on a little test area on the back to make sure it doesn't peel up or mess with anything. But again, if you're nervous, just use water. Water will be great for you to be able to clean your machine with. It's no problem at all. If you guys did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and ring that bell to get notified when more amazing videos like this come out. Thank you guys so much. I do hope you enjoyed it. We have a lot of other amazing content to check out here on the channel. So go check it out if you haven't already. If you're not, make sure again that you subscribe. Leave any comments down below of any videos you would like to see. We'd love to hear from you about that. Also, click the very first link in the description if you would like to see what you're missing by not being a member here with Ogun Lamb. Not only do we teach on Cricut, but we have lots of experience with laser cutters, sublimation, sewing, home decor, woodworking, and more. We would love to help you and walk with you hand in hand in whatever crafty area you are passionate about. Thank you so much, and I'll see you another day for another video.